So hey guys, welcome back to your own weird medical channel. So in case you don't know me, which is the case, I am a medical student preparing for my entrance. Recently I have dived deep into PewDiePie's eyes. So this is the second part of a 3-part series on PewDiePie's eyes. So in this video we shall find out whether PewDiePie's kids will have blue eyes or not. So without further delay, let's begin. And again, an Indian accent warning. Please turn on the caption and assignment is still not complete. So please stand by. So there were quite few times when people tried to make an attempt to guess what Pew's kid will look like.
Ew! What is this? Felix needs to show it to Marcia. Is that what our child would look like? We're never having kids! That's... Imagine if we have a child and they grow up and then they watch this video and they look exactly like that. Hey, shit! You're fucking ugly, dude! And also, disappointment. Hey, if you don't build Gundams with me when I'm old, fuck you, bitch.
Before talking about the color of his kids' eyes, let's dive deeper into PewDiePie's genetics. So let's see how PewDiePie, or rather an individual, is formed. So we are formed of 46 chromosomes, 23 received from dad and 23 received from mom. Out of these 23 pairs, 22 pairs or 44 chromosomes are identical, and the last one, the sex chromosome, is different in male or female, which PewDiePie case is different. So the mother and dad's chromosome pair in very complex way to create the identity of a child. They show mainly 3 types of relation: dominant recessive one, incomplete dominance, and co-dominance. Our main focus on this series is dominant recessive one, which is eventually the category in which PewDiePie's eyes fall. So in a dominant recessive feature, only the dominant factor expresses itself and the recessive doesn't. Check it like this: there is an argument going on in your family about whether you should go to amusement park or museum for your weekend. No matter whether you agree with him or not, the final decision is taken mostly by him, which in this case is museum if you have a bad luck. So further, co-dominance is more of like an argument between you and your sister. You both agree mutually on whether going to park or museum. And incomplete dominance, as the name indicates, is more of like a relationship with your brother. If you don't want to go to a park, I won't let you go to museum either. So these things are not of much importance and is mainly used in blood groups, which I am thinking, should I make video on PewDiePie's blood group or not? Maybe some other day. So now take the example of height. Dominant factor is represented by capital letter and recessive factor is represented by small. So in case of height, tallness is the dominant factor. Suppose you received a dominant from your mother as well as dad. Your final genotype will be capital T, capital C. So you will have tall height. Suppose if you receive both the recessive one from your parents, you will have genotype small t, which means you will have short height. Suppose you received one dominant from one of your parents and recessive from other parents, what will be your height? You will not be of medium but tall instead, because the dominant gene will establish its effect no matter whether the other gene is in his favor or not. So you can find the genetic history of a person by means of a scale called Punnett scale. Don't worry, it's simple. First make a 2x2 box and dad's gene is written on the left side and mother's gene is written on above the square. And write both the genes that are in front of the square, and finally you will have 4 possibility of kids. So now the blue eyes or PewDiePie's eyes are the recessive, which means that PewDiePie has received the recessive trait from his parents. Suppose if PewDiePie's dad have blue eyes and mother have brown eyes, their Punnett scale will be like this. So capital B, small b will have a brown color of eyes because capital B or the brown gene is dominant. So there you go, 50% of the kids will have brown eyes and other 50 will have blue eyes, in which PewDiePie lies. So PewDiePie's parents can have the following 4 combination in which at least one kid will have blue eyes. So now PewDiePie has received the recessive gene from his parents. He cannot regulate the color of his kids' eyes. So that's where the genetics of YouTube's first lady, Marcia ma'am, come into play. Yes, it is taught in our education system that if a woman is 5 to 6 years older than you, you must refer to her as ma'am. And in case of PewDiePie, he seems more of like a friend, so I hope he doesn't mind. So according to this website, she has brown eyes, which means that she must possess at least one dominant character in her genome. So there are 8 genetic combination of Marcia Ma'am's parents, but we aren't talking about that. So finally, the only 2 combination left for Marcia Ma'am is capital B or capital B and small b. So PewDiePie will have only one genetic character, that is small b, while Marcia Ma'am has the possibility of having either both the capital B's or one capital B and small b. So let's make their pundits clear. Case 1. When Marcia Ma'am belongs to a generation that have long history of brown eyes. So here goes Marcia Ma'am's gene and here goes PewDiePie's. So eventually all the kids of PewDiePie will have brown eyes because Marcia Ma'am's dominant factors are going to overrule PewDiePie's recessive one. But since Marcia Ma'am is from a European country, Italia, and we know the history of Europe with blue eyes, so this case is less possible that Marcia Ma'am have a long ancestry of brown eyes. Rather, the more possible case, which is our case 2, Marcia Ma'am having one dominant and one recessive gene. So writing PewDiePie's and Marcia Ma'am's gene, and there you go. So 50% of them will have brown eyes and 50% of them will have blue eyes, because the recessive trait which was not able to express itself in Marcia Ma'am is now able to express itself with Pew's recessive one. So with this combination, there is 50-50 chances of either their kids having brown eyes or blue eyes. But the stuff is not over yet. There is another gene number 2, that regulates the hazel color of the eye. It is more dominant than PewDiePie's recessive gene but less dominant than Marcia Ma'am's brown gene. So this hazel gene is able to express itself only when the dominant brown gene is absent and it has one of the dominant character. All the possible combinations are given on the left side of the screen. So I'm sorry Pews, but your genes are recessive in this case as well. So the only combination that PewDiePie has, small b, small g. However, Marcia Ma'am can have 6 possible combinations. So let's take the mediocre one, which is capital B, capital G, small g. So in this case, we write Marcia Ma'am's gene first and then the green gene, and then we have 4 possible combination, and similar case is repeated for PewDiePie's gene. So here goes Marcia Ma'am's gene and here goes PewDiePie's gene. So after solving the pundits here, it appears somewhat like this. 8 kids will have brown eyes, 4 kids will have hazel eyes, and 4 kids will have blue eyes. So the percentage distribution is 50% brown, 33% hazel, and 33% blue. Different combination of Marcia Ma'am's gene will alter these genetic combination, but the most probable case still remains the brown. But once again, there is not only 1 or 2 genes that regulate this character, but there are 10 genes that regulate color of eyes. So with the addition of the 3rd gene, the pundit scale becomes of 64 unit, and by the time it reaches the 10th gene, the pundit scale will have 1,048,576 units, which means that there are 1,048,576 combination of PewDiePie's kids, and each of them contain 10 different genes for eye color, which is impossible for me, at least for now, to calculate. With the addition of more genes, new eye colors can be possible, including even the rarest red, purple or grey. So scientists are not sure whether these 10 genes regulate the eye color or there are even more, which makes this video an educated guess sort of thing. So this video was made just for fun, and I did not have the intention to disrespect Pewd or Marcia Ma'am in any way possible. My only aim is to share knowledge by quoting these YouTubers and showing how biological science is used in day-to-day life. But truly, you guys are amazing. I referred in my previous video that it was my goal to complete 20 subscribers before the February, and you guys did it. I gained 10 subscribers from my previous video and you guys liked it a lot. I'm not saying it sarcastically. So thank you. So let's target 30 subscribers by the end of this video. I hope you can do it. Do hit the like button. It really appreciates me to make more content like this. And once again, thanks for watching and see ya in part 3. And the question of the day is, will I ever complete my assignment? So I have made video on the history of PewDiePie's blue eyes. If you wanna see, link in the description.